It's a huge wall.
It is. It's
Dude, so
it's
much
nice.
vert.
It's nice. It's got not a lot of vert on it.
So much vert, though.
So it catches you nicely.
So much. And then this thing. I don't even know what... This is crazy. Ooh. Jeez.
About a 3-hour battle.
3-hour battle for that ender.
That's why I end up on the ground like that.
Well fought, though. What an ender that is. All right. Welcome to About That Ender, Mr. Kenny McOsborne?
McOsborne now.
So it's Mick Osborne.
Yep.
Okay. Because one of your videos had Osborne, and then another video has Mick Osborne.
Was married this year, and me and my wife combined our names down, so I am Mick Osborne now.
Really?
This was my first Mick Osborne video part, actually.
Well, all right. Well, congratulations on the marriage.
Thank you.
And that explains why the Mick.
Yeah.
All right. So what was her?
McKay.
McKay
and Osborne. So she is just like a inside joke. She started when we were dating, just started labeling our stuff the McOsborne stuff when we'd buy new things. And then like wedding planning came up and I was like, we be taking my name. What's going on? And she's like, made the joke about McOsborne. I was like, I'm down. Are you down? And she's like, are you sure? So there it is. We're McOsbornes.
That's cool. Well, that's pretty fantastic.
Yeah, we're excited about it.
All right, so let's just get right into who you are. Where are you from?
Originally, Stockton, California is where I grew up. Was born in Monterey, family's military, so moved around. Stockton used to have a Navy base. Ended up there when I was like 5 years old. So been in Stockton until 4 years ago. About 4 years ago is when I moved to Colorado Springs, which is where I live now. But Stockton's where it came from.
All right, so born and bred in Stockton.
Born on a military base somewhere else, but bred in Stockton.
Okay, all right.
All my memories are from Stockton.
All right. What was that like growing up in Stockton?
It's not what everybody thinks it is. That's not from Stockton.
What is everybody? Because some people, what is everybody?
For the people who don't know, that Stockton got its reputation as the most violent city in America several years running. Most miserable city in America from Forbes magazine. The first city to ever try to declare bankruptcy, and then they declared that was illegal to do. So Stockton's got that record. Violent crime #1, all of that kind of stuff. I was a middle class white kid. Stockton's still Stockton, but
you didn't experience it like that
until skateboarding.
Yeah,
and then you end up
see all
everywhere.
kinds. Yeah, all sides of the city when you're skateboarding.
Yeah.
All right. So when did you start skating?
This is a mysterious question.
Mysterious.
Because I don't know.
You don't know.
It's been a part of my life, my whole life. Official answer is 99 or 98. Sorry, 98. Official answer is like seeing skateboarding as what it is now, as what we all do now. Was 98 when I was like, oh, that's a skate video. Borrowing my friends' boards and trying to learn things.
And how old are you right now?
I'm 33.
33. Okay, so
I was
you were like
13. 13 when I first saw it. I didn't get my first skateboard until I was 15, like my board. But there was always one of those like Target boards in the house. And so that's why it's like, I don't know where my skateboarding started, because I was obsessed with it without knowing what it was.
Gotcha.
I would skate all the time. If it was like my friends are like, or my brother, my friends, whatever, we're like, we're going to go to the store. We're going to go do this. We're going to ride our bikes there. I'm going to ride a skateboard there. And so I was super comfortable pushing, skating, all of that stuff. And then saw my friends, like at some point, my friends were like, hey, we're going to go skate to the comic book store. And I was like, cool, I want to go with you guys. And they let me borrow a skateboard. I was at my friend's house, let me borrow a skateboard. And sometime in high school, freshman year maybe. And we're skating to the comic book store, and I'm comfortable skating, so I look like I skate. And then they ollied up a curb, and I was like, what the hell was that?
Whoa.
And they're like, you can't ollie? You said you skate, but you can't ollie? You don't know that?
I skate, but I don't skate.
Right, and I didn't know that's what that was. When they were like, do you skate? I'm like, I love skateboarding. I try to build little ramps and go off of them, but I didn't know anything outside of that. And then it was like, oh, that's a thing? You can make I got off my board to walk up the curb, then push, try to run and push again. And it was like, they just ollied up the curb and looked at me like I was a weirdo. And I looked like them like they were magicians.
Right? Yeah, because the whole
First time you see it.
Yeah, the whole mechanics of just the ollie alone is
Yeah.
whoa.
Well, yeah, your feet did that. How
Yeah, like
did your board stay there? You know?
Yeah, how does it stick to your feet?
Yeah.
That's the most common question that you get as a skater when you're out and about.
Right.
And the random stops by and is like,
Yeah.
Well, how does it stick to your feet?
Oh yeah, and I was fully like. Then the obsession with skateboarding was like solidified. Like that was like now I'm gonna learn that. I'm gonna figure that out. And so then it was like, you know, my friend. I think we went to the comic book store, which is around the corner from Slip Skate Shop, which is the longest running skate shop in Stockton, and they took me in there. I didn't have any money for a skateboard or anything, but I was just like, I want to buy bearings. You know, like I just want to buy something. I want a part of this life. And my friend bought Jump Off a Building.
Yeah.
And then it was like on. It was
yeah.
like, not only can you just get up the curb, but you can flip your board. You can jump downstairs. You can Brian Anderson's video part. You can do all. I mean, Chris Sen hill bombing video part was like,
whoa,
that's the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was. So, you know, at some point, and I do want to bring this up because it was a thought, you know, when we decided we were going to do the show, was I want to give the credit to, he's technically like a cousin of mine in San Diego. So my mom's best friend she grew up with had some older kids. So I was always wondering where I was first introduced to a skateboard. And it's just vague memories of things. But somebody, an older skateboarder, taught me how to, the first skateboarding trick when, you know, this must have been 5 years old, 6 years old, somewhere around there. And you put the board on top of your feet and you upside down and then you jump forward and the board flips over and you land on it.
Yeah.
And he called it the freestyle trick, or at least that's what I think, because that's what I referred to it as, the freestyle trick my whole life.
It's like the most amazing thing ever.
Right. So, yeah, you know, to a 6-year-old or however old I was. And again, these are just vague memories of things. But I'm pretty sure where it began my obsession with, like, I always wanted to ride a skateboard. And then I'm pretty sure he pushed me down a hill. So the reason I'm thinking that this was credited to him was because we never lived on a hill. And so it was never a neighbor kid that could have pushed me down a hill or anything like that. Yeah. But my mom's best friend that we would visit all the time in San Diego lived on a hill, and I'm fairly certain that he did skate. I mean, when I finally got into it, he was, you know, a couple years older. He was like good at skateboarding already. So I go back down to San Diego, and he's like kick flipping off stuff, and I was like,
whoa,
oh, okay. But he took his own life a few years ago, and we had just reconnected, social media and stuff like that. He was talking about wanting to skate again and like get back into it. He had a couple kids, and it was like living in Arizona. I'm like, yeah, you know, next time I drive through that way. So I drive back and forth from Colorado to California when I come to visit sometimes. So I'd love to stop and meet up with you again and go skate, whatever. And unfortunately, he took his own life. So that's why I really, you know, again, that's why I really wanted to bring that up, because I thought a lot about it. Trying to connect that story and, you know, have memories of somebody that passed away. So I definitely wanted. So Junior was probably the reason that I actually started skateboarding.
Well, you know, it's always unfortunate when somebody decides to do that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to hear about that.
No, yeah. I mean, several years ago, it's never hyped, but, you know, again, in an effort to keep his memory alive and something that I've obviously, I mean, well into my 30s now, and you know, want to definitely take the time to credit where it's due. Right on.
Well, I'm sure you know, his other loved ones appreciate that, keeping that alive. So, all right, let's. It's hard to, you know, transition.
I know, right? Sorry about that. Sorry to bring it down. Let's bring it back up. Come on.
No worries. But you know, respect. But you know, okay.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
let's talk about some. Okay, so you started skating 13-ish.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. So officially, Slip Skate Shop, first skateboard. My birthday, Christmas complete, whatever you want to call it, birthday complete.
Yeah.
15th birthday.
Right on. Okay, so that's around 15. You started really hitting it hard.
Mm-hmm.
Let's jump forward to like first sponsor. How did we get?
Unofficial. I don't. This is a good one too. I don't know. As an adult now, I'm like, I don't think I was actually sponsored, but this guy sold it really well. He sold it to me really well. So that would have been 2000, would have been my 15th birthday. So 2002, I graduate high school, and my parents were like, "What do you want as a graduation gift? Whatever, car, something, whatever." And I was like, "I want a trip to Oregon to go to the skate camp." But the skate camp wasn't the important part. It was the issue of Transworld that came out with all of the concrete parks in Oregon. And I was like, that's what there's no, Stockton didn't have a skate park till 2001, 2002, right around that time. And it was locked off. Pad nannies, the whole 9, fences. They gave you, it was free, but session times at a public open.
Pad nannies? Is
Yep.
that what you said?
Pad nannies. They they would give you session times where it'd be like, okay, no official session time, just like we can only let 20 people in the skate park for 2 hours.
Yeah, bullshit.
Or whatever. It was a public free skate park that they were like, but we have to do all of the safety things. This is obviously in the early 2000s when people didn't know skateboarding.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to give everybody skate parks, but we don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
So I wanted concrete parks. I saw that issue. Like, I got to go there. What's it? Vans High Cascade Snowboard Camp, whatever it was called. But they had a skate park, and then they said they would take you to all the concrete parks in the area. I was like, I want that.
I want that.
Went out there.
Wait,
and
you wanted that over a car?
Yeah, it was about the experience. I didn't even drive. I didn't even do driver's ed.
You hear that, people? Priorities.
Right. I didn't even do driver's ed. I didn't even do driver's ed or anything. Like, I actually was paranoid. And this will be a theme the whole episode. Just weird paranoia. I was like,
okay,
I'm going to get my license, and I'm going to kill somebody in a car accident, and I don't want that. And I'm going to survive it. I'm going to live with the guilt of killing somebody. It wasn't even about my own safety. It was like, I'm worried about other people's safety.
Do you still not drive?
No, I do now.
Okay.
I had to get
Got over
I
that.
got over
Okay,
it.
all right, carry on.
But yeah, so at that time, being young and being like, just for some reason, I didn't, wasn't like, I had been in a car accident or a couple car accidents as a kid, but never anything serious. I don't know why it was. But anyway, so I chose the skate trip. I'm like, what am I gonna do with a car? I don't even have a license. So skate trip, yeah. And, skate trip to Oregon. They said, all right, cool. Sent me up there. It was like a 10-day thing. The camp counselor was the team manager, and I think he still is. His name's Scott Kerner. He's the team manager for Dakine Backpacks. So he was like not supposed to be there, but somebody backed out the last minute. He was deciding to help out. Really cool guy, blast to skate with, blast to hang out with, and he treated me like I was 17. He treated me like I was just one of, I'm not a skate camp kid or something like that. He was just like one of the homies to hang out, skate. That's obviously the beauty of skateboarding.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter generations, whatever. You can just kick it with anybody, and so. We went on, like, every time they said we're gonna send a van out to take kids around the local skate parks, I'm like, I'm in that van. I'm going to these. They had a wooden park. I didn't give a crap about that thing. It was like, I want to go skate this shit. So he went with me on every one of those things, helped me like learn a bunch of tricks, learn how to skate transition and stuff. And then near the end of the thing, he was like, hey, I really like you. Like, pulled me aside. He was like, I really like your attitude. You're ripping at skateboarding. I would like to, when you get back to Stockton, I'd like to flow you some bags from Dakine.
Sick.
And I was like,
dude, yes.
I'm on
the team.
Yeah. I'm like, oh shit, I'm sponsored, right? He's like, don't tell anybody else. Like, we're not trying to like make competition between any of the other kids. There's some other ripping kids, whatever. So I was juiced. I like called my parents like that day. Like, I got sponsored. They're like, I don't even know what that is. What do you mean?
Are you running a marathon?
Right. So but I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get free stuff. And they're like, well, then I guess that's cool.
Yeah, I don't have to pay for stuff.
Then I guess that's good news.
Thumbs up.
My mom's like, is it skateboards? Is it free? Because those are expensive, and I buy those all the time. Is it shoes? And I'm like, well, it's neither of those. It's actually backpacks, which I'm not gonna go through all the time.
It's backpacks. Oh, okay.
They're like, oh, okay. Well, you're going off to college, so maybe you need a new backpack.
A backpack.
Yeah. But I got back to Stockton, and when it was just, I was on this filming mission, like, okay, I gotta film stuff. I gotta send him footage all the time. I don't know how this works yet. He didn't tell me how it works yet. I'm just going for it. And but like, I was just got a box in the mail one day. The Kind Backpacks box came in the mail, and I was juiced.
Dude, do you still have the box?
No, I don't even have I don't have the backpack. I don't have the shirts. I have nothing from it. I did the whole I did the homie hookup thing. Like I was like, oh man, all the homies are getting it. And
Well,
like,
dude, it's gonna last forever.
Called my friend from. Yeah, I know.
It's gonna
right?
last forever.
I'm gonna
so
get another
just
box. I was like, okay, you want a shirt? You want a shirt? Here's a bunch of stickers. I had 2 backpacks. Gave a backpack to one of my homies, and I kept the other one. So juiced, and then would email the dude all the time, send him footage. He's like, yeah, he would keep in contact with me and everything. But I get back down to, or I go down to Southern California for college, and I'm like, hey, I got a new address. If you don't want to send me another box, blah blah blah, all this stuff, thinking it's a real thing. Never got another box from him. A couple years later, I run into one of the kids I was at the skate camp with. He's just like passing through town. We linked up. We skated a little bit. We hung out. Had a beer talking about those skate camp days, and he was like, I heard you got sponsored or whatever. And he's like, that's really cool. And I was like, yeah, he sent me a box, but I kind of lost contact. I don't know what happened. And he's like, yeah, that was sick. I got a box too, but he never told me I was never sponsored, but you were sponsored. He sent me a box and told me like it was really, cool meeting you and hope you keep doing this. And I was, so
That's what he told
2
me.
and 2. Yeah.
Wait a
2
minute.
and 2. I was like, oh
shit.
yeah. So I was like, for the longest time, like I was sponsored by Dakine backpacks for years. And I was like, I got 1 box and never again. I actually random connection, met that dude a couple years ago. He was working for Lifeblood Skateboards. A friend of mine rode for him.
Are you sponsored by Lifeblood now?
Yeah. He would definitely never put me on that one. But I never actually asked him like what was the deal with that or anything.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I was just
I
like,
just kept that to myself,
but that
too.
was such a. I mean, it was the coolest thing that he could do. You know what I mean? He's got this product. He can hook up kids. He, like saw maybe some drive in me or something that he was like, I'm gonna nurture that in a way I can.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate what he did, but it's just it was like funny that I really thought I was in.
Well, I mean, I had a short experience with that. I owned a small company just for a brief second, and I would do that too. Like you put your product on people that you think other people might look up to.
Yeah.
So if you see somebody who's like, hey, you got good potential. You're not on the level where I'd sponsor you yet, but you could get there. So I'm gonna hook you up with a little something, and then if you do get there, you'll remember me.
Right.
And then if I come across you on Instagram
dude, it's
and
a
you're
win-win.
like ripping, then I'll hit you up and be like, hey, bro, I sent you that box that one time.
For him, it's a win-win. He's got almost exclusive rights to my future.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to be like, oh, yeah, I'm on Dakine. And he's like, yeah, sure,
Yes,
you are.
yeah,
Because now you're ripping.
Yeah.
It's like, if I don't, it was like, all right, well, that was fun. I gave you a few things. I didn't lose anything.
So, and it gets your product out there.
Yeah.
And he's got a really big, he's probably got a lot of product that he has to give away. He's got a certain allotted amount of product that he's like, okay, I've got all this stuff. Like,
well, and when he's helping out with skate camp, I'm sure he let him know, hey, I'm helping out with skate camp. You got some stuff for the kids.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
I'm sure definitely. And again, that was a cool way for him to do it. I really appreciate it. It's just looking back now, I was like, well, that wasn't actually my first sponsor, but it felt like it, so it felt real.
Well, even if it wasn't real, it helped you. It pushed you to get somewhere.
Yeah.
So it gave you a certain amount of confidence.
I dropped that to get other sponsors. Like I already ride for Dakine backpacks, so
Dakine has you. Well, we'll take a look at you then, I guess.
Yeah, I in college I rode for a bro clothing company that was like, we want to do skate and motocross and 4-wheeler sponsorships and surfers and snowboarders, and you're gonna be the skate team. And I was like, sure.
Oh.
I'm collecting lists of sponsors here. That was a terrible idea.
Yeah.
He didn't know anything about skateboarding and was like, he goes, dude, I saw this video. This is maybe even before YouTube. So it's like you randomly catch a video of somebody and he's like, this guy tried to jump down 20 stairs. If you try that, that'll be sick. And I'm like, that's not how I skate.
That's not how it works.
And he's like, even if you don't land it, it'll still make a cool clip. And I'm like, so you'd rather me die for your clothing company than me just continue to skate the way I skate and promote it.
And you're going to show somebody not landing a trick to promote your clothing company.
Yeah, because he, in his mind, with not knowing anything about skateboarding, he's like, it's just going to go viral for everybody because they'll see it. And
That's totally how it works.
Yeah, and I was like, but I like, as a skateboarder, you're like, don't want to see you slam.
Well, maybe you don't understand the internet, not just skateboarding. But
Yeah.
maybe you shouldn't be running a
It was early.
business.
Oh, I mean, this is 2003. This early days of the internet, medium days of the internet.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
But he was just thinking like, I don't care if you slam or whatever. If you got these cool clips of you just breaking yourself off in our clothes, then that's just as good as a make to me. And so that was short lived. I just never hit him back up for anything.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Yeah, I was like, so I was kind of bummed on writing for shit. Couldn't get through to Dakine. I didn't want to get things from that guy. And then I left college in 2004, went back to Stockton, and Slip put out their unofficial team. They didn't have a full team yet. They put out their unofficial team, which is a list of all the dudes that hung out there that get discounts. But we did like little trips. We would get everybody together and go to Santa Cruz for the day and go filming and do all kinds of stuff. And so it was the unofficial first sponsor, which then rolled into like when they had a team, the real first sponsor. So,
and you still ride for them?
Yeah. So right now, currently, I technically ride for Slip Wheel Team. So he created, and it was really cool of him to do this. When I decided I was going to move to Colorado, he's like, having a skate shop sponsor in Stockton doesn't make any sense for you. How about I call it Slip Wheels? I can sponsor some other dudes that are a little bit farther out of Stockton too, because there's this other guy that's on the team that grew up in Ripon. And he's like, and I can send you stuff, and then when you get out there, you can go and get a new shop sponsor or whatever you're going to do. So I actually currently ride for BC Skate Shop in Colorado Springs and ride for Slip Wheel Team from Stockton. And he'll send me a box of wheels and stuff like that every once in a while.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Does he make wheels, or he just sends you whatever wheels?
No, it's Acid's wheels with Slip's logos and stuff on them.
Oh,
so
right
he'll do the graphic. The formula is Acid Wheel Company. From what I hear, at least the other guys that do it technically ride for Acid Slip on the Slip team for Acid Wheels. I guess I could probably start tagging Acid Wheels and things, and they'd be like down to show it off on their Instagram or whatever. But
politics.
I'm just Slip Wheels. I mean,
all right, well, that's cool.
Yeah.
All right, what do you you got a job?
Oh,
you
yeah.
Work?
Oh yeah. Skateboarding has never paid the bills. These Dakine backpacks didn't sell so well.
Dude, I was just
flipping them out of the car, but no.
I was just saying that earlier today. I was talking to somebody and telling them that I have such a love-hate relationship with skateboarding.
Right.
Because I like love it so much. But like I was saying that the art side of my brain is like, skateboarding, let's spend all our time doing skateboarding stuff and skateboarding and shooting skateboarding and filming skateboarding. My business mind is like, stay the fuck away from skateboarding. Just not pay the bills.
Right.
So I have to like balance where I'm like, I need a little bit of skateboarding, creatively. Obviously, I'm always going to actually skate,
right.
But like filming wise, photo wise, creative wise, I need sprinkle a little bit of skateboarding in there, but spend most of my time actually making real money.
Oh man, all my favorite skateboarders have full-time jobs.
So back to you. What do you do?
I am a craftsman for a hardwood floor company. I do the sanding and finishing side of hardwood flooring.
Ooh, that's fun.
And so it's a journeyman sander is what my official title is. So I run a crew of people sanding hardwood floors.
Right on.
Yeah, got that job because of skateboarding.
Somebody you knew?
Move out to Colorado Springs, meet a guy. He's like, "You want a new job? I can get you this job." And so I was like, "I need a new job.
I do need a job."
So yeah, and he's since left the company, but now I'm, but I got promoted and run my own crew now and everything. So I was apprenticed for a couple years and then
right on,
got into my own crew. So and I don't hate it.
I don't hate it.
It's physical. It's hard. It's overtime. A lot of overtime. It pays the bills. I get to pay for my own skate stuff. And
so you do you refinish old hardwood floors?
Yeah. So most of what I do is refinish.
Refinish. Okay.
Somebody wants their floors redone, change their color, or water damage or something happened.
Sand them up.
But we do a fair amount of when they lay our company lays new hardwood floors too. New buildings or somebody tearing out old carpet wants hardwood now. And I'll do that too. So I'll do new work as well. But you have to sand that down just a little less than you would for a refinish.
Interesting.
Yeah.
We used to be flooring guys too.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, on the other side of it though, tile.
Oh, yeah. Tiles.
I definitely hated it.
You know, and I can. It's not for everybody. I got my college degree in graphic design, visual communications, and sat in an office with 2 giant monitors and a windowless office for 10 hours a day, and hated that. So
that's pretty much what I do now.
Yeah. So more power to you, because I know that I experienced that and didn't like it. But hardwood flooring, I get to work my own pace now. The apprenticeship was hard. You know, you're working at somebody else's pace. You're doing all you're doing all his things, and so
you're the bitch.
Yeah, I was that dude's bitch for sure. At least at first, that dude was a skateboarder. You know, it was that guy that got me hired. So at least we were like able to.
Well, you're lucky you had that, because most journeymen who get apprentices are dicks, and they will let you know that you're the bitch.
Oh yeah,
many times every day.
And our company is no exception to that. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's a good skilled trade too. So even if I decide not to continue with this job anytime or move to a new location, I have a skilled trade.
Yeah.
And I'm able to take that to new places, and I'll always be able to have a job. I recommend everybody at least learn a trade.
Yeah,
Even if you go to college.
In fact,
learn a trade too.
I just talked to one of my buddies, has this big intricate outdoor fountain that he built by his pool that needs to be tiled. And he like hired a tile dude, and the dude like didn't show up. And he like called me. He was like, "Come on, bro." I'm like, "I don't know, man." He's like, "Come on, help me out. All right, so I'm just gonna go make a bunch of extra cash. He's like, literally just kept throwing cash at me until I came. Right. He's like, all right, that's the number. I'll come help.
Yeah, and it gave me a lot of interesting. Like, you know, I'm in houses and on construction sites all the time. I've learned a lot about. I'm not gonna be an electrician, but I've learned a lot about. You know, electrical panels and running your power hot and wherever you go, like moving your cords around. I've learned a lot about. Just other carpentry and cabinet refinishing because of the people that I talk to and meet on these job sites.
Well, and I mean, I'm pretty far removed from doing floors. I still know what I'm doing. I did one like maybe 6 months ago. Anyways, but I still got it. But when you're in it every day, your brain definitely runs a different way than somebody who's not in construction. You know what I mean? Like, you see things a lot differently. Everything you see, like, I can fix that.
Right.
Like,
I
can fix that.
And you know, those things come in handy. Whether or not they make you money, they can potentially save you money in the future.
Save you money,
but I'm gonna refinish my own floors.
It's also, if you're a flooring guy, you're an electrician, there's always somebody who's like, oh man, I get some
side work.
Yeah, like, whatever, can you come over on the weekend? I'll pay you like $500. You come over and help me fix. Yeah, all right, yeah. And 500 isn't what you would normally make, but that's 500 cash that,
right?
You know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't get. So,
no, exactly. And so I'm very appreciative of having this job. And for the most part, you know, there's some rough days as any job, but for the most part, like, it's always one of those things where you're like, I hate my job because I'm here right now, and I'd rather be skateboarding, or I'd rather be home, and I'm hand scraping some crappy flooring off of this thing, and then you go,
dude. I mean, that's any job. That's everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, I work for myself. I'm a photographer. I make a living holding a camera in my hands, and I still have times where I'm doing something. I'm like, fucking hate this. I don't want to be here right now. And then I have to check myself. Because then I could be like, I have to stop and look down and say, you could be carrying 2 5-gallon buckets full of mud up some stairs to the 7th floor because the elevator isn't in yet, to go tile for fucking 8 hours. Right. So shut your fucking mouth and take some pictures, okay?
Yeah. And no, and it comes to that when it's like, get through a week of work and somebody asks you like, oh, how do you like that? You know, like, or this interview right now, how do you like that? Actually, it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I will admit, as much as I hated the day-to-day work, it was amazing to step back after we were done grouting and I did my final wash, and I step back and go, dude, 3 days ago, this was a concrete fucked up floor. And now look at this. This is going to be here for 25 years.
Yeah.
Holy shit. And then still to this day, because I worked for many years on several commercial jobs. My wife hates it. We'll be driving around. I'll be like, hey, I tiled that place.
Yeah, I know.
Like, hey, did you see that gas station right there? Yeah, I did that. Oh, walk into a Walmart. Oh, we did the bathrooms in the back of this Walmart. It's like, oh, that McDonald's? Yeah, I did that.
Yeah. I do the same thing. Oh, I did the floors of that house.
Yeah.
So,
she's like, okay, I get it. So I've tried to stop doing it now when I see places. I'm
right,
like,
right. Well, there's going to be a lot.
I dialed that.
The farther you get out of it, you know, the less buildings that you're going to see.
Yeah, that's true.
As I keep going, I'll be like, hey, guess what I just did the other day?
But most of
This
the
house.
most of the stuff that we did were like Starbucks, McDonald's, gas stations,
Yeah.
Targets, Walmart, shit that isn't going away. You know, stuff
Right.
that's like still there.
Yeah, yeah.
Big office buildings. Or like, hey, I did, there's one right off the freeway that is like a 12-story office building that we did. That ain't going nowhere. And every time I pass that, I'm like,
Guess what I did?
fucking hate you.
All right.
Fucking hate you.
Spent months in that
Flip it
place.
off every time I drive by.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
It's one of those jobs,
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so let's go. Let's get into some videos, huh?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so the ender that we watched as we were rolling in to the beginning of the episode was from a video that is out but not out.
It's brand new. We premiered it, well, maybe 2 weeks ago, I guess.
And it's called All My Friends Are Pretty.
All My Friends Are Pretty. Homie video out of Colorado Springs. We mostly all ride for BC. A couple of them don't, but it's just the guys we skate with every day. They've been working on it for about 2 years. As you freeze frame it right here, this clip was probably my first clip film for that part, but then I decided I was going to marry my wife now, so I didn't film for probably a year with those guys, and now...
Wait, hold on. Okay. Hold on here. So you decided you wanted to marry her.
Yeah, yeah.
And then
I actually filmed a whole part after I proposed. So that was a video called Slip's 20-year anniversary party, or Slip's 20-year video. I filmed a part, but that was a VX video, or my part was VX. It just happened to be that I had clips on VX already, so I decided to finish it that way. There's no, I don't care which camera you use, but I just didn't want to mix media for this part.
Mm-hmm.
So I finished out with VX. So I was still filming with these guys, but I had to be like, can you use the other camera real quick? I kind of need this for this video. So all of that footage went to that video, and that came out in December last year. So basically a year apart from this video. And then it was the crunch of the 6 months after we got back from our holiday trip last year to California where we premiered the Slip video. It was like crunch time for wedding planning. So it was a lot less going filming.
Gotcha.
I'd skate a lot.
Okay.
But it was like, I'm going to go to the skate park because I got an hour of free time to get my legs stretched out and skate. But guess what? I'm meeting my wife and the cupcake guy later.
There's a lot of that before.
Yeah,
before
right. And so I really didn't film very much. I mean, there's maybe 3 or 4 clips in this part that were filmed. This is actually another one that was like, oh, I got a random Saturday. So I went and filmed. So I had like 4 clips for this part. I knew I wanted a part in the video, but I was like, I guess I'm just going to be in the friends section. And then they pushed back the deadline a little bit. I got married and was like, I'm going to go out and film a few more clips and see if I can at least share a part with somebody. And then in about 5 months' time, ended up being like, you got a full part.
Sick.
So I mostly filmed this part in about 5 months.
All right. Well, let's back up. The reason why I stopped you there. So I just wanted to make sure that it wasn't because your wife was like, you gotta stop hanging out so much. If it was for wedding planning, I agree, because I recently got married too, and you got there's stuff you have to do. You have to.
And we can get into it a little bit later about how rad my wife is.
Let's get into it right now.
My wife is very rad.
I want to hear about, because my wife is pretty rad too. So
so a couple clips, including the ender, are in my backyard. So that's the bowl in our backyard.
You have a bowl in your backyard.
Yeah. And there's a couple clips in this video part, bowl in the backyard. This all came about, moved to Colorado Springs in an apartment, meet this guy. So this guy you're going to hear a lot about. I'll just say it right now. Chris Patton in Colorado Springs. If you're going to move there, hit that guy up.
Okay.
He got me a job. I moved there. He gets me a job right away. And then we worked together for probably almost a year. And in that time, I was like, I really want to stay in Colorado Springs. My wife's career is taken on. We moved there for my wife's career.
What does she do?
She's a school psychologist.
Okay.
She got her master's degree in Denver and then moved down to Colorado Springs together.
Okay.
And actually, she's going to kill me. Educational specialist degree, slightly higher than a master's degree.
There you go.
So there you go.
Good correction.
It's almost a doctorate.
Good correction.
So anyway, so she got that degree. We moved down to Colorado Springs to start her career. She knew I wasn't excited to move to Colorado. I didn't want to be in Stockton anymore, but I didn't think Colorado was where I was going to be. And she was like, how about we just do a year? Let me get this internship out of the way, get my career started. We'll go wherever after that. And then we loved it. You know, that talk of us only being here a year probably lasted 4 months before it was like, well, we got rad friends.
Colorado's pretty sick.
Yeah, and Colorado Springs is an amazing skate community. As you can see in this video, if you watch the whole thing, when it comes out eventually.
Yeah.
So, anyways, so my landlord, he's now my landlord, but we work together at this time. He owns a couple of houses. He rents out houses himself. We're like, hey, we want to stay, but we can't be in this apartment anymore. What do you got? He's like, I got nothing. We've skated this guy's backyard bowl a couple times. Another friend of ours, he just randomly decided, him and his wife decided, we want to sell this house and go move somewhere else. It's got the bowl in the backyard, so you obviously want to save it. It was built by a Team Payne guy who built the whole skate park in Colorado Springs, just met a woman, decided to stay there, bought this house, built a bowl.
It's a treasure.
Wants it to stay in the community, wants it to stay in skateboarding, and it was like, you're the dude that can afford to buy this. You have the clout. You've got the several rental properties already. If you buy it, I'll rent it. I was like, I'll gladly take that off your hands if you...
Yeah.
And he's a bowl skater, but he's like, I hate that bowl. It's hard. It's too tight. It's too big. I hate that bowl. So I would talk to him every day at work. Like, hey,
come on.
That berry place is still for sale.
What's up?
And eventually we went and looked at it together. He was like, okay, but can you actually move into this place if I bought it? So I brought my now wife, at the time girlfriend, over to look at it. We're like, the layout's fine. There's a huge yard other than the bowl that we can do cool stuff with. We've got, and there's an addition to the house. It's almost like its own apartment.
Really?
I was like, we can also sublease to another skateboarder, make the rent a little bit lighter. And so she was down, and we made it happen. So we've lived there for about 3 years, and I got back to why my wife is awesome. I got this idea. I was like, hey, we should host a contest in the backyard.
Oh.
And she likes throwing parties. She's a great hostess, and she's got all these great ideas for things like that. She's never skateboarded. You know, she's getting used to this community and everything like that. She didn't come up with a single bad idea. She ran that whole damn contest like pretty much by herself. I was just a mouthpiece talking shit on everybody on a microphone while she did all of the work and everything on it. And everybody's like, this is one of the best events in Colorado. And so we've done it 2 more years.
Sick.
And she's down to run it and do all this stuff. She handmade the trophies, which were beer cans that we got those little skateboard army men?
Yeah.
We got those and put them on top of the beer cans, and then my degree comes in handy, and I make a little label for them. And that just had like a little logo for the contest. And
sick.
Yeah, so she makes all of that stuff happen. There are time periods where I'm like, babe, my friends want to go to Albuquerque on a filming mission for the weekend. It's about a 6-hour drive. I'll be gone for 3 days. She's like, okay.
Well, you don't have any kids. No.
Yeah, that's the important part.
So,
but how many dudes' wives of unsponsored skateboarders go to Albuquerque for skateboarding for the weekend?
Well, you said unsponsored. I was gonna say my wife like totally let me do that all the time. In fact, she came on a lot of the trips, but I owned the company, so
yeah. So sponsored it. We'll go there. Not non-paying. So yeah, she's been down for all of that. I went to Europe for a couple weeks on a tour. I went to Japan for a couple weeks on a tour, and she's just been like, have fun. Excuse me.
Damn.
So
well, your wife's rad.
My wife is very rad. So when
psychologist, it makes sense. She's a child psychologist.
So she understands you.
It makes sense. Yeah,
she understands you. Yeah.
No, that was when we started dating. He's like, she using mind tricks on my friend.
Let's introduce the random voice.
This is John.
AKA
that's Big Head.
Big Head. We got him on the homie couch. Just
Yep.
He might interject randomly throughout the episode.
Until the Colorado stuff, basically all the Stockton filming that we ever did. I mean, he was not a filmer. He was just a skate homie that was like, "You're ripping. I can film it. Let's do it." And then he started like taking it seriously and became the best filmer. And if you ever...
That's what's up. That's what happened to me too. I was like looking at my friends like, dude, you're way better than me. So
He would never
should
say
just-
I was actually better than him
That's
at
what-
that time.
no, that's
He
what
would
I-
never give me that ego boost.
That's what I did. I was like, man, I'll beat you in skate all day, but I will not jump down anything. So I
Right.
think I'm gonna film you. You go ahead and try that. I'll film it.
It was, I don't remember what it was, but you just decided, you were like, hey, I'm gonna point this camera at you.
Oh no, it's because I wasn't doing shit and you called me out on it.
Oh, fair enough.
You're like, well, here I'm doing something now.
Sounds about right.
Leave me alone.
But yeah, so if you have, you know, you don't have to have him on the show or whatever, but his edits and things that he's done for skateboarding
What?
have been.
What's his Instagram? What's your Instagram? No. 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 Oh, cool.
He's a little shy. He's
okay.
a little.
That's all
He's much more humble than I am.
All right.
To his credit, but
Fair enough.
I'll speak his praises. You can look up some old Thrasher videos that he edited. He's did a Transworld part for somebody in San Francisco.
Oh,
so
alright.
there's some really good things that he's done that
Dude, you got to market yourself,
are
man.
amazing.
No. Oh,
He's got a good job now. He just does it
Oh,
for fun. So
okay.
it is what
fair
it
enough.
is.
Fair enough. All right, we'll leave it alone. All right, well, let's take a look at some. Let's play some of this because we're not technically supposed to be watching this.
So it's not out yet. We might sell some DVDs. We're trying to decide that. We just ended up actually getting a request for it, which was random. So we're hyped.
You got a good part here, dude.
Thanks.
I watched it, and it's a fun watch. I watched the whole video. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. No, it's that's totally down. Like I said, we're just kind of keeping it private right now and waiting till we hear back on some opportunities.
Yeah, totally. So
My part's probably not one of those opportunities, so let's watch that.
yeah. So we're only gonna watch. You know, I'm not showing the whole part. We're only gonna show a handful of tricks here. Lots of manuals.
Yeah, that's my life.
You got a good style. I like it. So
Thanks.
that's your bowl right there.
Yep, backyard bowl.
I'm gonna back that up just a little bit so we can see. Too far. Too far.
Oh,
Here we go.
that's Albuquerque right there. That's one of those random skate trips.
Dude, there's so many ditches out there.
So fun to see.
Arizona has so many ditches
Mm-hmm.
just for days. All right, so that's
the backyard bowl. Officially 10 feet deep in the deep, 6 foot shallow. The waterfall's the scary part because it's 4 foot drop off that happens in about less than 3 feet. For any bowl skaters, any transition skateboarders, he spent some time at Skatopia before he moved around quite a bit with building skate parks and just living a rad life. And so he spent some time at Skatopia. They have a bowl called the Hanger Bowl, and it's 13 feet deep with 7 foot shallow end, lots of vert on it, real heavy waterfall that's like legendary for how heavy how gnarly that waterfall is. Like you on that place, you actually have to take only hips. You can't go straight down it. Here you can go straight down. It's fast, but you can figure it out.
Oh, it's
So
terrifying.
he built. It's called that one's also nicknamed the Punisher.
I wonder
this
why.
one's called the Punisher Junior. And so the round hip and the square hip are same ideas to that place. It's honestly not as bad as anybody makes it out.
Yeah,
to
it's
be.
in your backyard, so you're used
I
to
don't
it.
skate it that much
Well,
because you don't skate it by yourself.
no, that's not a bowl to skate by yourself.
So it's when we have sessions and stuff. So, but I knew, obviously filming a part, it's like
Do you ever wear a helmet when you ride that?
I should. I'm
Like
no,
I get not wearing a helmet for a video. For the.
I'm not worried about. If you said you watched the whole video. We got a friend of ours that wears a helmet for half his street clips. I'm not opposed to it. If
Did he suffer a head injury? Yeah.
coma for a week
Yeah,
from a skate injury? So
Yeah.
half of his clips were before that. The other half of his clips are after that. He's one of the most amazing skateboarders. He rips super hard. I'll never hate on anybody that chooses to wear a helmet, and I'm probably not far off from just being like, you know what?
I know a
Put
few
a helmet
guys.
on.
I know a few guys who suffered head injuries, and then I know a few guys who had friends who suffered head injuries that we're almost.
It's a very
We're in our
serious-
mid-30s now. Probably put on a fucking helmet,
It's
bro.
very serious,
Yeah.
very real. And for transition skateboarding, you'll see half and half of dudes wearing them and dudes not wearing them, and so it's not even frowned upon really.
Yeah, no.
And we've got a vert ramp in Colorado Springs that I've gotten a couple of tricks on here and there padless because I don't know how to knee slide and I don't own a helmet, but I want to learn how to skate it. And I'm going to learn how to knee slide and wear a helmet because it's
have to.
big and
You
it's
have to.
scary and
Yeah, it's super cool to watch somebody skate that with no helmet or whatever, but learning tricks and shit, you can't.
all my
can't
like
do that.
this crew in Denver. They call themselves the Denver Danglers. That's yeah.
The Denver Danglers.
Yeah, they're rad. Follow their Instagram. They're amazing skateboarders, bowl skaters, and stuff. But half the time they'll get to a bowl and they're like, "This one's gnarly. I'm putting the helmet on." You know, it's there's a couple bowls in Colorado that are like, "Yep, not today. I'm gonna put the helmet on." The vert ramp, all pads.
Well, see, I say that because I'm not a transition skater. I mean, I can kind of pretend to skate transition, but like on something like this, the best I would do would be like get to the tile, like no grinding. No,
you'll be fine. Come over.
No, I don't skate transition. Like I really,
I'll help
don't
you.
skate transition.
It's not as bad as everybody thinks.
As hard as I try, dude. We worked at Epic.
Yeah.
And I still was like barely riding that bowl.
Oh man, that was.
And I had access to it every day, all day long, and I gave it legitimate tries. I smacked my head in that bowl a couple times with a helmet on. Transition terrifies me, dude.
Oh man,
it's so fun.
It's so fun,
but it terrifies me. I wish I could do more.
I wish I could do more. I mean, I got some tricks for a part, but I'm no bowl skater. You know, I'm able to battle out some tricks.
Dude, seeing the guys that catch air, like
the Denver Danglers. I mean, I'm telling you, when you look them up, you're gonna be like, "What the hell?"
Okay, so back to the video part here. Okay, so we're almost to the end, right?
Yeah,
we're almost to your ender
close.
here.
That's Colorado Springs Park. Love that.
Looks
thing.
fun. That thing's huge.
Yeah, that's Arvada Skate Park. That's as tall as the vert ramp, about 13.5 feet.
And then here's your ender in your backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
You said this was like a 3-hour battle.
Yep. 5 days before the premiere.
Nollie 180 late flip.
Yeah, nollie, front foot flip, backside carving. So don't really say 180 too much in bowl skating.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. See, I'm not. That's how much I'm a.
I told my buddies it was Sunday before the premiere was on Friday. Told my buddies I need a new ender and I want to try this trick and we should have a session for it. So actually a lot of those guys are the danglers that came down from Denver to come skate with me. Hype me up, get the session going. I didn't waste any time getting right in. I didn't even really warm up. Like scratched the coping a few times. Like okay, start going for it.
Yeah.
I probably landed on maybe only 3. Really, it's kind of a random trick to commit to.
Yeah. Have you done that trick in a bowl before,
mini ramp.
Or just a mini ramp?
Yeah. So it was kind of one of those things. It's like this is I've always wanted to use it in a bowl, get some big transition on it, and I didn't know. It was filmed a month ago, so like a lot of this is because of cleaning out ice and stuff like that from and snow. So the skate park's harder to clean out than my own backyard.
Does it fill up with snow?
A little bit.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
But there was just a little bit in there. But at the skate parks, where there's smaller walls or better places, I could have probably tried it.
Yeah.
It's harder to get those cleaned out. I got a torch in my backyard. I got all the cleaning supplies to take care of it. So it's like I can get this clean in half hour. I can go to the skate park and work on it for an hour to try to get a good line for this. And so it was like, well, this is where I have to do it.
Dude, I didn't think about that. So all the skate parks, when it snows,
we go and shovel them if we want to skate.
Fuck.
Get it. But in Colorado, it's not bad. So that was my fear moving there, was snow. How do you live in snow? I'm from Stockton, California.
Yeah, we never even seen snow.
Yeah. So I was terrified, but we really get so much sun that, we'll get a snowy day, a couple inches of snow, can't even get your car out, and then the next day it's 60 degrees and it's all melted.
Oh.
We get, and the legend is Colorado gets 300 days of sunshine. It's supposedly the state with the most sunshine.
Yeah, they call it the Sunshine State, right?
No, I think that's Florida.
No, that's Florida. What do they call Colorado then? The Rocky Mountain State?
Probably should know that.
It's the Rocky Mountain State?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I should know that now, but I don't. Oh well. It's the bowl state. There's a lot of backyard bowls out there. But yeah, so we it's not hard to clean out, and you get a lot of help from the sun. We really do get a lot of sunshine. I don't know if the legend's true, if it's 300 days out of 365, but it's quite a bit. So like even on a snowy day, snow comes in the morning, sunny by the afternoon.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it's really not that bad. So yeah, I mean, cleaned it out, got the session in, and battled it out. Took some gnarly slams. The shark bite was probably bit my ankles probably like 6 or 7 times. I have 4 holes on my ankle from that session.
Oof.
Just bailing a flip trick in a bowl sucks.
Yeah, that's a scary trick to commit to.
Yeah. And it was literally like, this is it. This is my last try. My legs don't work anymore. I can't bail this anymore. And so last try, stuck it. Camera was dying, everything. All of the last try possibilities that were there. Kind of blacked out, I think, when I did that. And then
Usually
just
it's
woke
like
up and
that,
I'm rolling
yeah.
away, you know?
Yeah, like, did I do it? Did I do it?
But yeah, like I said, I couldn't even walk anymore. I was like, that's it. I'm laying down here.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it was worth it for the battle.
Right on. That's sick. Okay, so you sent me a couple other parts, and both of those had really cool enders too.
All right.
You got one on Metro.
Yeah.
All right, you had one on Metro. That was
when I moved. That was right when I moved to Colorado.
It was a few years ago.
Yeah.
Still slightly relevant. But so both the link, I don't know if you noticed this, but both the links that you sent me had like similar enders.
Oh, not on purpose. I do a lot of manuals.
You do a lot of manuals. It's okay. I do too, though. I like that style. So right here is nollie shove, nose manual, nollie heel out. Right?
Nollie heel out.
Yeah. That's a dope trick.
That was probably a several-month battle, I think. We went there, and he made me stay until he was just lighting it up with his camera light. There's no lights there. We didn't bring lights. And he's like, nope, you're doing it.
You're doing it.
And I didn't get it that day. Slammed a bunch of times on that flip out.
I think this one, too, is another nollie shove, nose manual, nollie front late
Nollie
flip.
front flip out.
Yeah, nollie front late flip out. That's
front foot flip. Yeah.
Yeah, front foot flip.
They're all connected.
They're all all my enders. I got a theme going. Like, yeah. I mean that one. No, you didn't film that one. You were at the spot that day though. That's in San Francisco. Filming for that video. Literally, like, I need an ender. I've always wanted to do that trick, so I did it.
It's a crazy trick.
It was some work. Some work also.
I can't do it, so that's an impossible trick to me. Like,
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even that good at nollies, much less to like nollie and then do something else afterwards. I'm lucky if I land it.
For me now, it's easier than nollie flip out. I can nollie heel out and I can nollie front foot flip out.
Well, yeah, once you get the
the hang of it.
Once you
But
get
it's like nollie flips, which I can do sometimes, really baffles me. So that one, but yeah, that was like filming for this part, coming up with an idea, like, hey, we should make that happen, and went out there. It was probably a couple hours, maybe an hour, something like that. I don't know, but it's really juiced to get it, doing a little happy dance there.
So that's okay. So you actually like would go out with the intention of doing a specific trick for your ender?
In this one, yes.
And
in that case,
and also in the backyard bowl.
In the backyard bowl was panic mode. Like I said, we're on 0 hour. I had that, so the no comply tail side at the big bowl was there months in advance.
Yeah.
As the idea that, like, oh cool, you just filmed your ender.
Yeah.
That it took some tries, but it wasn't like a battle.
Yeah.
Kind of like that.
And you didn't want it.
Kind of like that battle for your ender.
Yeah, it's got to have a story.
And so I had all of these like ideas of like, let's go get an ender, let's go do this. On one of the Albuquerque, I tried a different trick in Albuquerque to try to get an ender and didn't get that. So it was kind of like, we got no time left, and I would really like to get a different trick. And so it wasn't really specifically for filming, you know what I mean? Like, it was like, I mean, it was, but it wasn't planned until like, we were like, hey, we got a day to film. You want to? Yes, I do. Apparently, you know, I'll think of something. This one was, hey, if we ever go to that spot, I want to try that trick. I've never done it before. I think that's the place to do it.
And you did it.
And I did. So it was likely gonna be the ender. I think,
pretty amazing.
at that point. It's always sketchy to do that when it comes to manual tricks too. Be like, I want to try that for my ender.
Yeah.
Because manual tricks are fun to film, as we all know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I've only filmed a few, but they're testy.
As a filmer.
You got.
As a filmer.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
As a filmer, how much fun did you have?
As a filmer, when a skater's like, "Hey, I got this techie manny trick I want to do," I'm like,
Cool, let me book out a weekend.
no. Instantly, my mind goes to, "Can I set up a tripod?"
Right.
And then he tells me what it is, and it's like, "Nope."
right. I got to run across this manual pad back and forth
Damn
forever.
it. Okay. All right. Well, my back's going to be fucked. I'm just accepting it. Let's do this. And you just go into it knowing you're going to be here for the next however long it takes.
And manual tricks are fun. You know, it's like you go to kickflip off a set of stairs, you stick one. The next try, you could probably stick it again.
Yeah,
The manual trick you got close to, it's like,
no.
You probably get nowhere near it.
No,
the next one.
You'll just like stick
the
on the
nollie
next
shove
one.
now doesn't work. You know, they got the front foot flip to stick. Sweet, next try.
Well, especially
now I don't nollie shove.
Especially trick in, trick out.
Yeah.
That's where you're like, whoa, you got so many variables that you're dealing with mentally, physically, environmentally around
Right.
you. Oh man.
And the waterfront manual pad trick was filmed, again with the idea that it would be the ender. Been battling that one for a little while.
It's a good trick.
The nollie shove nose mail is the one that sort of makes sense to me. That's why those kind of connect.
Yeah.
Is just because nollie shove nose mail works for me.
Yeah, if that's what you got, that's what you got.
Yeah. A lot of people like the kickflip nose mail, and I was never that good at it. So it was like the nollie shove nose mail is my in. It's a tech in.
Yeah, I don't do anything in a nose mail. Every
That's
time
all I do is into nose mail. So
I had pop shove nose
I
manuals
love that one.
for like a half a second.
Oh yeah.
Like I landed a couple and I was like, oh, I got it. And then every time I tried after that, I just like eat shit. I was like, oh, I don't got it.
I love that one. It's a fun one. I don't do it enough. Looks good.
Yeah, I like doing switch nose manuals more than anything.
I enjoy those as well.
I really like those.
I like standing on one leg.
Yeah, but manuals in general are
Yeah.
fun. I'm getting older, and I'm not into like needing to film tricks or really progress beyond. You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I got my tricks. I like skating. I like grinding shit. So there's this one manual pad that I skate a lot. That's like all brick on
Yeah,
top, and it's really really long. It's probably probably like 40 or 50 feet.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not supposed to be a manual pad. It's just this
Right.
big deck, and I like nose manualing it, and it's like I use it as like an ab workout.
Yeah,
I'm like,
yeah,
dude,
right. There's your
because not only are you balancing for 40 or 50 feet long, you're going over brick.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you're really like, and it's like slowing you down, and then I gotta go as fast as I can in the beginning, and by the end of it, I'm like pushing. I'm inching around,
to it.
and like barely getting a nollie off and clearing my tail.
Right.
And I'll try to do that like 3 or 4 times every time I skate, and it's just like, dude, the ab workout that you
Right.
get from that is amazing.
Yeah. See the actual manualers, the actual ones that are pro for it,
Yeah,
are
those
ripped.
guys are insane. like Sewa. What is it?
Yeah,
Sewa?
yeah.
Dude. Where you could just literally do any flip trick
What's
you
that?
want, just boom right into a manual.
Di Lorenzo, that's a real ab workout when you're coming off those like kickflip over a table to land in a nose mail.
Yeah, no.
That's a real tightening of your
Oh,
core to
dude.
just stick that and not go anywhere.
Yeah,
So like that kind of stuff, that's the real deal. I don't do that.
I can't do that either. I don't have the desire to do that anymore because my elbow doesn't want to smash into the ground,
Yeah, right.
nor does my face. So
Yeah.
I'll do stuff I know I can land.
Yeah, and the joke with my friends is every time I'm filming a trick, oh, you're going to do that into nose mail? No matter what it is. Jumping down double set. Yeah, you're going to land in a nose mail? Oh, it's not one of your, it's not going to be a clip for your part then.
I'm guessing you do a lot of nose manuals.
Do a lot of I mean, I probably got 4 or 5 enders. I got a lot of video parts. I got probably 4 or 5 video or enders that are nose mail, of some kind.
And that's okay. As long as they keep progressing.
They're different.
Yeah.
Kind of. They're different-ish, as you see on these two.
They are different. Yeah, because,
Yeah.
I mean, shove nose manual, nollie heel.
Mhm.
That's good. And then you go to the nollie front late flip, which I think is a step up.
Well, that the waterfront manual pad is why that's the ender rather than for that other part.
Yeah, that's okay.
That's because that spot, if you've never been there, it is harder to skate than everybody wants it to be.
Yeah, because it looks like it's just a regular mani pad.
And when people do tricks on it, when it was getting popular in actual videos, it's smooth dudes like Stefan Janowski that make it look like it was that easy.
Well, they make everything look that
Right.
easy.
And so I was tour guiding. I think you, Big Head over here, tour guided quite a bit Hi Instagram story. I think you tour guided quite a bit of people around the waterfront manual pad, and everybody's like, "I got this trick for it," and it's like, just wait till you
do
get
you?
there. Just wait till you. And that
do
would
you?
happen all the time. It's like I was thinking about I was gonna do this trick, and I was like, I'm not saying you're not gonna. I'm just saying go there first. And
Let's get there.
Yeah.
Let's just sesh for a little bit.
I mean,
See what happens.
Even in my own brain, I'd be like, I got this trick, and I'd get there and like skated it a million times. My favorite spot, probably filmed 20 tricks on it.
I don't know what I was thinking.
And-
I'm not doing that here.
Yeah, exactly. I get there and I'm like, oh yeah, that's not gonna happen.
I've done that as a filmer. I've done that a bunch of times where someone's like, "Hey, do you know where this spot is?" I'm like, "Yeah, let's go." They're like, "Yeah, I'm gonna do this trick." I'm like, okay.
Good. I hope that you do.
I try to talk him out of it. I'm like, "Look, dude, that rail is tall."
I think the first time I probably tried it or told Big Hit I was gonna try the nollie heel out, he's like, I hope you do.
I hope you do.
I want you to.
That's a fantastic response.
I want you to.
I would love
but
to see
do
that.
you know?
Oh man. Okay, so we're not going to talk too much about your new video. People can't really find it
Because you can't find it right now. That's fair.
right now, but keep your eyes out.
All my friends are pretty.
Keep Googling it. Keep Googling
It'll be
it.
soon. It'll be very soon when we finally actually get it out there.
And then we've got a couple of videos that we'll post the links in the description. A Metro video, a slip video. Well, they're both slip videos, right?
The Metro video was kind of.
kind
it
of.
Said, it slipped. It was right when right when I moved to Colorado, he did the you're gonna ride for slip wheels now instead of so
Gotcha.
that became like I'll drop a part for that then. And it was really more because I don't even want to talk about all the reasons. There's that paranoia thing again. I had some tricks. I had some tricks in that video that I was like the ender that I had heard other people were doing flip in, flip out, or trying at that point. It was kind of, and it was like in no competition, but also in kind of like I want to get my footage out soon. And I was getting flowed for Bacon skateboards at that time. And I finally kind of got the word that I wasn't gonna have a full part in their video, but I had all this. I was filming as if I was going to. So being that I was trying to move up from flow guy to am guy, I was filming quite a bit, and it was like kind of get the word like at least not yet, or whatever. So I was like, but I got all this footage that they were like, well, we can wait on it and drop another part later, or like you could drop a part later, and I was like paranoid, like I got some tricks in here that are weird tricks that I wanted to be seen now, especially since that's the beginning of Instagram video era was when that part came out.
Yeah, so
you're getting the 15-second videos, but that was when everybody's starting to put
videos up,
their bangers up.
Yeah,
and you're like, ugh, I better get this footage out
and tagging in warm-ups.
Yeah, right. Well, the Instagram paradox.
Yeah.
I tag my tricks that it was light work and
4 hours later.
Right.
It's just a quick sesh.
And the idea that you film all this Instagram skate park footage is that you can do it in the streets. So the Instagram paradox is, do you actually have that footage? Was this actually just your park footage, or did you stay all day at the skate park and film it all day and you don't have, because we like these things thinking that, oh, he's sitting on something sick.
Yeah.
He kickflip back lip the skate park rail because he can do it in the streets. So you like that, and then you're like, you find out, oh, he doesn't even skate the streets.
Yeah.
So
well, most of the guys don't.
You just sound old.
I know, right? That's the old guy. That's the old guy.
It's all right. I'm an old guy too,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I'm gonna say,
I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong and that I'm just old and that the future is the future and I'm not in it, so it's fine. But I'll say what I gotta say.
I refuse to accept that. I keep trying to get in it.
I adapt. I'll put my Instagram clips up there. But
That's why we started the podcast.
I also
I want to stay in it. I want to stay in skateboarding.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave yet.
You can't make me. I'm still dropping old ass dude video parts. So
yeah, I don't have the time to film. I can't really skate that much anymore. So how do I stay in skateboarding? I'm just gonna sit around and fucking talk about it.
Yeah, right. I got roasted pretty good from that last. All My Friends Are Pretty was one of my friends that's got one of the heavier parts in the video. He's like 22, young guy, ripping, and he's like, "What are you gonna do for your ender?" And I was like, "I don't know. I was thinking this trick or this trick." And he's like, "Bowl clips? You are old." And I was like, damn it.
Did
He's
you-
like, you're a street skater that's gonna get bulked.
Did you throat chop him?
He's right. I'm old. I'm the oldest guy in that video.
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
that doesn't mean he has to point it out. Fucking dick.
I love that dude.
Because I'm older than you are, so if he's calling you old, then I'm fucked.
Sorry, man.
It's
It is
fucked.
what it is.
Yeah.
We're-
Not too
we're-
much
we're
older.
Skateboard old.
We graduated high school at the same time,
Oh yeah.
but I'm a year older than you.
Yeah.
I don't know how that works. You just skipped grade?
You started.
Are you
a
smart?
Year earlier.
Are you smart?
Ooh, my mom says I am.
You got to tell me if you're smart, because you got to tell me.
You'll find out when you re-listen to this. You'll be like, nah, he's kind of dumb.
That's what I think about myself every time I edit one. Man, that guy's kind of dumb.
It happens. It's hard to
Shut up,
listen
Cameron.
to yourself. I don't know if I'm ever gonna watch this episode.
I don't. When we first started, I watched about half of because I edit them, so obviously I watch.
Right.
I hear all the content again. But once it's up, I think I watched maybe 20 minutes of one of the early episodes and just turned it off.
Oh.
My wife watches. Hi, honey. She watches and she'll tell me.
Right.
That one wasn't a good one.
Oh.
Or she'll be like, that was a really good one. I'm like, all right, cool. But that's about it.
Yeah.
I can't watch because if I watch,
I don't think there's any way I can look at this.
I could not listen to myself. I have a hard enough time listening to myself while I'm editing.
Right.
Whereas
I'm weirded out by me in here right now.
the headphones are there's something to get used to
Yeah.
for sure. If someone hasn't experienced that where you're talking into a microphone and it's going into your ears through a headphone, it's different. But it does kind of keep you locked in conversation.
Right.
So that's the one thing I do like about it because it makes us actually pay attention to each other and not kind of like the surrounding of the room. But it is what it is.
Oh yeah.
All right, man. You got any more fun stories for me?
I got a bunch of weird stories. I don't know what you wanna.
I don't know what they are either. So I don't.
I don't know. I guess I thought of them around the video part. I don't know. Maybe it's.
Do we need to play some more of the video part? I'm down.
It'll unlock those.
Well, I don't want to show too much of
Well,
your,
you could do you could do one of the old video parts, I guess.
But those are old. Let's watch them.
They've got good stories.
They've got good stories. All right, so I'm gonna. Here we go.
I'm
just gonna randomly click on one.
All right, there we go. The Metro part, Stockton part was released when I moved to Colorado and was like, oh, all my footage from Stockton or surrounding areas is going
Ooh, that was sick.
in.
It's a cool late shove.
Thanks.
Got a lot of Wallies too.
Yeah.
I like Wallies.
I do like why this is an old guy thing.
It is an old guy thing. It's like a 90s style.
Yeah.
You like that trick a lot too. I've seen
Cat back
that.
tails. That's a good trick. That feels really fun.
It
to
is a
do.
good trick.
It feels really fun to do.
It looks pro. I can't do them.
Big hit on the camera. San Francisco.
Yeah, I like that spot.
A lot of nollie shove nose mail. A lot of nose mails. Whatever.
I like that trick too. 180 switch manual, or is that switch 180 manual?
180 switch mail. That's a really fun one. A lot of this was just filmed and around Stockton with just the idea of I was filming so much at this time period because it was I just got flowed for bacon and I really wanted to make an impression. So.
How old were you roughly?
28, 27, 28, yeah, somewhere around there. 2014. So Stockton Skate Park, I always have to get a clip there if I can because it's just once it got freed from the pad nannies, it was our spot to go to, drink beers, skate, talk shit.
That's a good trick too.
Thanks. That spot's
Nollie back
another
nose
one
grind.
that everybody thinks is easier to skate than it is.
No, it's rough.
It's rough.
It's very rough.
So here, you can pause this one. I want to talk about. I said I had the weird tricks that I wanted. This is one of the stories I kind of thought about. This inspired the dropping of the video part. No stall the back nose blunt. I filmed it in Stockton. I don't know at what point. It was just popped into my head. I wonder if that'll work, and it eventually did. It took me a while. It took me a couple months to actually get one. At some point on Instagram, right at the beginning of the Instagram video period, Onion.
I was there that day.
So Onion.
I was there that day when he did it at Mather.
But on his Instagram at first was a no stall to back disaster.
Yeah.
So it was just like a random clip thrown into
Yeah,
a little.
he did that one
15 second-
first.
Right. So I had done this trick and I saw that he did the no stall to back disaster and I thought he's close. If he hasn't done one
he
yet,
did it that day.
I'm sure,
Like
and I'm sure he
back.
did, because he's that good.
Yeah, it's
and he's got a great brain for skateboarding to like think, some creative stuff. And so I was like, kind of got paranoid about like, oh, I got to get my clip out there because I'm sure he's gonna have one soon.
And
if he again, if he didn't already,
I don't know how big that is, but the quarter pipe he did it on looks bigger.
Probably
than that one.
I think that Mather one is.
It's like a 5-footer, 5.5 footer.
Yeah, it's a little more bankly though. I don't know.
Oh, that one. No, that one's pretty.
I don't know. I haven't been there in a long time.
It's the girth that counts, anyways.
Huh?
It's the girth that counts, anyways.
Hey, the girth that counts.
Yeah, I mean,
not the size.
If you could do it, you could do
right.
it. You could do it.
But he also shoved into his. He did the shove it no stall.
Yeah, he did.
That's the one that.
Yeah.
So, but that was so. Anyways, I filmed this trick, whatever, and I got a couple of things that like the ender and this trick were flashes of like I gotta get these clips out here, and so it inspired me to like, okay, how do I get this part out here? I had been talking with Joel. I did a fakie flip and a full pipe. That was with Ratface and Joel on a trip. Ratface did like wall bounce.
Yeah.
I think you guys talked about all that.
Yeah, where you like went out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same day.
Ooh, that was a gnarly one.
So that was the same day with that fakie flip and the full pipe. And so I've known Joel from Metro for a little while, and I just kind of was like, I wonder if he'll help me out and throw this part up there so I can get these tricks out here. I worked really hard on it, and it's not going to go in this full length, so I'm gonna see if that works. So he was down for it, and I put the part together and sent it out to him, and then he's like, okay, we're gonna put it out on this day. Send us some Instagram materials, whatever. We'll put some promos together, do all of that. So I was like, sweet, big load off my mind. I'm getting my stuff out there. 2 days before my part drops, they drop Onion's clip on Metro. So my paranoia. And the worst thing to do to me is to confirm my paranoia. And I'm like, oh my God, I was right to think that I should have put this part out sooner or whatever. So I do that. I put out a lot of video parts based on the fact that I just don't want to sit on footage.
Well,
a lot of it's weird.
Yeah.
A lot of it's weird tricks, and I just would rather it be out there than not. And so, this was, and that what's going to happen is I'm going to get it confirmed one time. I get it confirmed, and now it's like, see, I got to get this footage out. I should have done it sooner.
Remember that one time? That's going to be your.
But it was really funny because, I mean, and Onion and I do know each other, and, it's that neither of us knew that either he had done that.
The idea was out there, dude.
Yeah.
You forgot to put the foil helmet on when you thought about it.
Yep.
The idea escaped.
I'm sure he did his first anyways. I mean, like I said, it took me months to actually get it. I was doing them to honest, no stick for a long time.
Who cares if you guys did it independently of each other? Then who cares who did it first?
It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. But again, like I said, it was just like.
But it does matter.
Don't confirm my paranoia to me, because then whoops. Now I'm gonna be even more paranoid. Now I gotta drop 3 parts a year, because otherwise Onion will drop a trick that I did.
Yeah, he's definitely got a style like yours where he just does some off the wall.
Don't put that on him.
Some off the wall crazy shit.
I'm
just saying he's got some crazy off the wall tricks where you're like, I didn't really see that coming kind of style.
Man, and I'm actually just stoked that even though I didn't shove into mine, that we were on the same page for a second there.
That guy's gnarly.
Because he's really good. And
he's the first
skating
pro,
with him.
He's the first pro we had on the show.
Oh yeah. I haven't seen his episode.
Yeah, he's a good episode. He told
that's
us
a good dude. I like that guy.
Yeah, Onion and I have known each other for a long time. We're like acquaintance friends.
I'm pretty much an acquaintance with him. I was just like, we would see each other skating at a spot and be like, hey.
Every time we see each other, much love, but we
Can't say that I really know him, but I'm very impressed with everything he does.
Yeah, he's a rad dude. Almost everybody we've had on the show, rad dudes.
Mm-hmm.
We've been
skateboarding's full of them.
It's also full of dicks though too.
I got some stories, but maybe we shouldn't.
No, definitely you don't want to do that. You definitely don't want to do that.
That's off camera.
Well, we could talk. I don't mind talking, but publicly you don't ever want to. They know who they are.
Spot was driving through Galt off the side of the road. I'd always wanted to do a wall ride manual, and hey, finally saw one.
Perfect spot.
Side of the road.
Yeah, that was a perfect spot for that.
This Stockton 3 up, 7 down.
3 up, 7 down.
Yep.
That doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Not as, but it's a fun spot to skate.
This spot's gone.
That spot is gone. And I actually went there to film a different trick, and there was knobs on it, so never mind. That didn't go down.
Yeah.
One of the best ledge spots in Stockton right there.
Where is this?
What
school is that? Wait, no. Oh.
Old school.
I was gonna say don't give it up.
First that line was first try.
That line was first try?
Line was first try. Very rare do I get to say that. Like, I'm a battler.
All right, let's
I'm a
see.
fighter. I'm very proud.
Tail
Switch tail 270.
Switch tail?
Switch tail 270.
Okay.
This is why I didn't clean it up.
Yeah,
That fakey flip, that kind of got sketchy right there.
Whatever, I liked it.
And
then
because it was first try, so I was like, cool.
Switchboard.
Then I battle that spot every time I have an idea for a line. Battle that spot.
That was
and
cool.
That
looked like
battle,
that looked like it was a battle. Yeah.
Same day. These last 2 tricks were same day.
Board slide nose manual.
Went there for the board slide nose manual. Got
180,
talked
and
into
shove,
finally
nose
trying that.
manual nollie heel.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Got talked into trying that trick again after got the board slide nose manual 180. Because everybody knows I've been fighting that one.
Might as well. You got the rhythm going. Might as well.
The paranoia on that one was I went to one of Alex Lopez's sessions where he tried the kickflip nose manual nollie flip, and he didn't get it that day, but he's close. I think it was I think he didn't get it that day. I'm pretty sure, but I don't know.
He got it someday.
He got one of the days, and it's insane. It's absolutely insane to be able to do that because I know that spot very well, and I had seen Clyde Moore was the first person to flip out on that spot. Nollie nose manual, nollie flip out.
It's a good trick.
And I had previously thought of like it would be the most fucked up thing if somebody could just kickflip out of it. Clyde Moore drops like a throwaway at it, I feel like, and he nollie flips out. And I was like, all right, it's on. I have to do something there. So it became like the casually throwing out the idea of like the nollie heel out. So nollie shove nose mail in because that's just kind of like
what you do.
What I do. So throwing the nollie heel didn't make any sense for a while, and it was like a battle. Finally got a couple close ones, when then was like, all right, it's really gonna be a thing. That day, a couple days before that, we went to the waterfront to just skate the manual pad, and the benches that are usually bolted in place were now all of a sudden like just all by that manual pad.
Somebody unbolted them.
But all of them. So it was like a city person doing a project.
Oh.
Like they had
thank you.
things.
Thank you.
And so they had put those benches up there, and we didn't even have a camera or anything. We were just out there to screw around and skate. And then like we moved the bench over, and I did like an Instagram clip of just board side nose man without the 180 out. I was like, I got to go back there and film something on that. So we went back there to film that. I did board side nose man 180. My buddy Austin that came with me did back 50 nose manual 180, which was awesome because he was never usually a manualer. But then, so he did his trick first, got out of the way, started, session still going on. He starts nollie nose manualing and setting up for the nollie flip. And
you fucker.
I was like, you gotta be kidding me. And I swear to God, it was only like 15 tries and he did it. And I'm like, well, everybody's looking at me like,
all right, my turn.
You're gonna do your thing. You're the manual guy. You should be doing this. So that was a huge motivating factor in like, all right, I'm gonna get the heel flip out. I have to do it. And so, it wasn't like a huge battle that day. It was a long time, but it didn't feel like it was. It just didn't feel super, like trying and entering and getting that pressure and feeling that thing. It was like in the middle of filming for this part. It was like we're just here now. I'm motivated. The session's on.
Might as well.
So it did take a while.
No time like the present.
Yeah. Finally got to roll away from that one, and it was like...
That felt good, huh?
Felt great. But yeah, once again, it was like, I know Alex is coming out with a part that's going to have a kickflip nose mail nollie flip in it. I got to get my clip out there. And it's like, I think it was during the time period when it was popular to skate that spot in videos.
Yeah.
You don't see it so much now. Maybe
it's blown out.
Yeah, it was a little blown out. So, but at that time, it was like, I want to put my stamp on it, I guess, because I was really proud of.
Well, that you did, sir.
That happen.
That you did. That is definitely a good trick.
I feel like Joel probably only said yes to this part for that trick.
Whatever it took.
I'm hoping that he liked the whole part, but who knows?
He probably did.
He sees a lot of really good skateboarding every day.
Oh, I bet. Yeah, his fucking message.
He rips.
Yeah, he does.
So
yeah, I've only met him a couple of times just through random friends, but
Yeah.
he's a rad dude. And obviously,
What do you think's the best trick to go down on that thing?
The idea of the best trick to go down on waterfront manual pad. Oh,
I don't know, man. Alex's was pretty good.
Alex is definitely up there.
I can't think of
Oh, Nate. Kickflip nose mail, nollie flip to mail. Because it's so short on top. That
Yeah.
was quick. And that was gnarly. There's so many good ones. I like that Brandon Beeble that he did the nollie backside flip to fakie mail and then pivoted around to regular mail. Because that's an out of control trick. Man. Possible nose mail is just stylistically was one of the best looking things. Dylan, you can't top that style. Dylan Reeder. There's one, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head now. There's one trick that it's like, that's the one. But there's been some really cool ways that people have used it differently, especially not manualers, really, because what's his name? Chuck Donaton. Hugh filmed him. Dude, he did kickflip manual, drop to lip slide on that last section. So he kickflip manual the top and down, and then slipped it into a lip slide and came off clean.
That's gnarly.
That is just a cool way to use the spot, you know? Like
He's a creative skater.
he's a rad dude. Really back that dude big time too. Because of him, spent some time skating with him in Stockton a lot. And I was at work and they were like, "We're gonna go filming." I was like, "I'll meet up with you guys afterward." They're like, "Psh, he did the trick. He dropped this to the lip slide." I'm like, "That's the best way to use that spot." But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of good things that have gone down, especially those unknown dudes that did it. Like my friend Nate that did the kickflip nose mail, nollie flip mail, was really heavy. Alex,
Yeah.
kickflip nose mail, nollie flip on it.
Yeah.
Fakie flip manual was Corey Kennedy.
Oh, yeah,
Any
that's
fakie
right.
manuals down that thing. I've only gotten a
I
fakie
forgot he
ollie
did
manual.
that. Yeah, I forgot he did that trick.
I had to.
Spec Smith did in the line, right?
Huh?
He did it in the line.
No, that way he just kickflip nose mailed it.
Yeah,
He
those
backsmith the bench, then kickflip nose mailed it. Then the single trick was the fakie flip mail, which I think somebody else did it too.
So
but
gnarly.
fakie mail on that spot was my last, like, as my unlock. I had switch heel mailed it and regular mailed it, like I think no comply to regular mail down it, and then I'd done like lots of nose. Everything else is pretty much a nose mail down it, but I had not fakie mailed it yet. So all I did was a fakie ollie to fakie mail, and that was hard as hell to do that
Yeah,
one.
fuck that.
So
Especially with the kink down and
that
flat.
last kink.
That last one, and it's short enough that if you stick, you're going all the way down.
No footage, I think, does it justice for the speed you actually come off that spot with.
Yeah.
I don't think anything. Yeah, I mean, that's why when I tell people, like, you go to that spot with an idea, you're going to change your mind at the end of it because you are.
Yeah.
The nollie shove nose mail is easy to go slow with because it shoves up onto the ledge. So I went slow as hell at the top because I'm still cooking.
Yeah, and the shove kind of throws you into
into
the fire where you need to be.
Yeah. And so I mean,
But
I'm
still,
cooking.
if
You're
you
cooking
stick
off
at
the
that,
end of thing.
and because you're cooking, if you stick on that last kink, you're going to flat.
Yeah. I've done that more.
So
than,
mentally, you're like, I'm fucking going to flat.
I can't even tell you how many times I've flown off the end of that thing.
crack in and out.
And that last,
Oh yeah, cracks everywhere,
the last crack on that thing.
and it's rough too, isn't it? It's not the smoothest concrete.
There's
so.
no smooth spot in Stockton. My
true.
friends
right there,
in
boom,
Colorado,
big
yeah,
crack.
my friends in Colorado are like, "Hey, so you're gonna skate all those smooth ass California spots while you're out there?"
Big
I don't
crack.
have none of those.
Big crack,
That one's bondoed.
but still there,
Yeah,
and big crack,
bondoed as well. So that one's
still
not
there,
bad.
big crack.
That's
big
the
crack.
one. Here's the fun part about this one: the popular wecking people and calling them out on some stuff. It makes a sound when you roll over it. Everybody thinks your wheels touched when you roll over that thing.
Yeah,
You could be almost nosediving, but it makes a sound as your wheels hit it, and it sounds like you missed that
Yeah.
you didn't make it. And so everybody checks their footage 3 or 4 times when they get a trick there, because you hear it, and you're like, and the filmer will have heard it and be like,
I don't know, your wheels touched, dude.
yeah, I think your wheels touched. I mean, and nollie heels are hard to do without getting close, without getting that. Like nollie flips, people can do a little bit more.
Yeah, but still,
So-
any trick out really on the nose manual.
I've watched my footage leaving that spot up a million times going,
I don't know.
Did I?
I don't know.
Especially the ones you battled for. Like Switch Heel Man was a little bit of some work, and I level out on the way out, and it's like I heard it. I heard something, but it's that crack. That thing throws you off forever. But you're going. I mean, honestly, it doesn't really affect the manual. The flip out. Anybody who's nollie flipped off of that probably has sent you a few times because that's where you put your pressure on to start nollie flip.
Yeah,
that's probably sent you out
right
a few
into
times.
it. Yeah.
But if you're just coming off of mail or 180ing out, you don't even really notice it. You hear it, you don't notice it on the balance because you're going so fast at that point. Your wheels floated it. But when the flip out, I'm sure that those dudes noticed. Trying to nollie flip out.
So what would you say? Let's go back to your new part.
Okay.
Just off the top of your head, what would you say is like your favorite trick in the new part?
What did I do in this part? We just watched it. It's hard to say I mean, like one of my favorite clips I got from it was near the end. Hey, look at there.
Hey, there's that spot again.
Yep. I went there to do a different trick last year when I was home for Christmas, and it was raining, so that was what I settled for.
Yeah, that's probably all I would have tried too.
I try to fit one handrail in every part, as easy as it may be. At least that was a gap to one.
Yeah, that was a good handrail. That was a good rail.
Yeah,
I mean, any gap to that's.
That's at about 9,000 feet elevation.
Oh, so you're breathing pretty good then, huh?
Yeah, well, we live at 6,000 feet elevation.
Oh.
It's not too much different.
Oh well. Over here at sea level and shit.
Yeah. There's a couple of them that I was really psyched to get. There's a 180 manual fakie flip at a transition spot. It's the oldest skate park in Colorado Springs. We go there every Thursday as a big group. It's like our meetup spot, and we drink beers and skate with all the 9-to-5ers. That trick was in my mind for a long time. I like day one style transition manuals, but I mean, there's a reason he's the GOAT. Because this shit was hard as fuck. That one right there.
That's gnarly.
So I was really hyped to get that. My friends actually lit that up with their cars at the end of a Thursday night session. So we were there meeting up, and they were like, "You were close. We're lighting it up with our cars." They pulled their cars into the skate park, lit it up, and
Sick.
we partied afterwards. The last trick before that, the switch blunt. I got a nickname. Riding for Bacon Skateboards. Everybody would be bummed if I don't talk about it. While I was riding for Bacon and going on tours and stuff, I got known as Switch Blunt Kenny, SBK.
So that's where the Instagram name comes from.
That's part of the Instagram name,
It's your
SBK.
boy SBK.
Yep. So
Esquire.
I went when my first trip to Portland to meet everybody, which is where they're based out of. Right when I started getting flowed, I was meeting everybody. We went to a mini ramp session, 3-foot mini ramp, and I did switch blunts all the time. It's an easy trick for me to do. It's a fun one to do. And one of the guys that didn't know me yet, he didn't follow me on Instagram yet, so he tagged, just skated this session with Switch Blunt Kenny, like hashtag Switch Blunt Kenny. So my next box that came in with boards.
It said Switch Blunt.
Popped open the box, and it said these boxes were for Switch Blunt Kenny with a picture, a stick figure doing a switch blunt on a mini ramp.
Okay, well I guess that's my name now.
Well, they booked a tour through Montana, skate a bunch of these rad dreamland parks in Montana. So I got to go on that trip, and I fly into. So I met like maybe 4 or 5 of the dudes. This was gonna be like a 17-person trip, like several vans for this big demo at this Montana skate park that a professional snowboarder who passed away. He got that skate park built in his hometown, and it's this huge, amazing park. So his mom still holds this event for him, and she wants it to be blown out. So they were like, "We're bringing everybody."
I actually saw the video from that trip.
Oh no, that's the trip after.
The trip after?
A couple weeks later, the one that Dylan did.
Yeah.
Yeah. This was the trip before that.
Oh, okay.
But that skate park is heavily in that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And but anyway, so we go out there for the event. I fly to Portland, and I'm about to meet the rest of the like 15 dudes or whatever it is, and there's another guy named Kenny on that trip. So I go and I'm introducing myself, and I'm like, "Hey, my name's Kenny." They're like, "Oh, you're Switch Blunt Kenny." So that it already made its rounds in that group.
Awesome.
That Switch Blunt Kenny's coming on this trip, and so then it became like I'm skating gnarly bowls with all of these gnarly bowl skaters. How hard? It's really hard to get into switch blunts. You have to skate the bowl switch.
Yeah.
Or, do a rock fakie or something and power pump your way to it. So it was like, oh, you're going to do a switch blunt here? I'm like,
No.
probably not. But, I started working, like, getting better at it.
Well, see, what you should have done is told them that it's like a funny name, like when they call the big dude Tiny.
Right.
They're like, I actually can't do switch blunts. That's why they call me that.
I don't even do them at all.
It's like, I never
But the problem
do
is
switch
when we
blunts.
got to, like, mini ramp sessions.
You're doing switch blunts.
Like,
You're like, oh, I just learned it.
It's one of my, it's just one of the tricks that I can do. So it's like, whatever. But, so that one, I was really stoked to get that one because it's in my backyard. One of my buddies that he rides for Bacon now. He's one of the Denver Danglers. Amazing skateboarder. Has every trick. And, of course, he's got switch blunts also.
Of course.
He's like, you're going to switch. He's always like, you're going to switch blunt that? And, my own backyard, he's like, you're gonna switch blunt that. So
I'd ask him, are you going to shut up today?
He's,
You're going to shut your mouth?
I talk my fair amount of shit on him, too. I'm going to make, that dude's doing chest high backside airs and hanging up disaster on the way in. And I'm still going to be like,
is that high enough? I don't know. I think you should.
I'm
I think
still
you go a
gonna
little
talk shit
higher.
on him. And we're like, so he, but yeah, he rightfully called me out for it. And I was like, I'm going to try it.
And you did it.
And I did it. So that one was for the nickname, for the switch blunt crown is what he calls it.
That's sick.
I tell him I want to pass the torch because I'm old now.
Yeah, I don't want to do switch blunts anymore.
You should be switch blunt Chuck.
Switch blunt
'Cause
Chuck?
He does it all the time, but he won't. He's like, that's not how it works. You're the guy.
Yeah, you can't.
You're the
You
switch blunt guy.
can't force the nickname. That's just
It's one of those nicknames I got stuck with, and it becomes a thing that some people only know me as SBK. So a friend, my landlord started doing competitions, masters competitions, and he got invited to the Australia one, Bondi Bowl, for masters. So he goes out there. One of the guys that was part of the Unheard group is Kevin Kowalski, bowl skater, gnarly dude. He was on that trip, so he knows me as SBK. So my landlord gets out there, he's like, my friend Kenny, and he's like,
I don't know,
who?
Kenny.
And he was like, oh, I guess you guys call him SBK, and he was like, oh, dude, tell SBK I said what's up. So it's really like I can't escape
funny.
it. I might as well talk about it on this now. Everybody knows.
Well, you got
it's
to.
out there.
So your Instagram name is Jerboy _ SBK _ Esquire.
Yeah.
Couldn't have just been like at Kenny.
I found out that Esquire is a title that doesn't mean anything.
Doesn't
You
mean
can
anything.
Give it to yourself.
Yeah, you could.
Yeah. So I gave it to myself.
I like it.
It was fun.
It's pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
We'll put a link in the bio because that's an impossible name to spell.
It's just
So.
it's how you think you spelled your boy.
Jerboy. But see, it's not like Jerboy.
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
like because it's it's BOI. So it's like
well,
Jerboy.
how would you spell
Well,
it?
if you said
saying it right.
Like if you said Jerboy, I would think BOY. But if you said Jerboy,
you're
I'd be
not
like,
from-
oh, it's with an I.
Because you're
It's
not
with
from
an I.
Stockton.
No, I'm not. Definitely not from Stockton. That's, all right, man.
See, I knew that was coming up. The shaking the head thing.
I know we've probably got lots more stories, but we got to wrap it up.
Oh, fair.
Sorry.
Probably went by way faster.
Yeah,
than I
dude. Yeah, we just did a couple hours.
thought. Oh, yeah. I do that.
No, it's all right. It was fantastic.
Yeah.
Did you have fun? I had fun.
I had fun.
I had fun. All right. So if you want to find Mr. Kenny McOsborne, that's Mick Osborne now. And we'll put a link in the bio, Jerboy _ SBK _ Esquire, if you want to try to spell it. We'll put some links to the videos that we watched. And that's about it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good. I'm good with that.
You're good with that? All right, cool. If you want to find us, we've been About That Ender. You can find us on all the social media stuff, iTunes, YouTube, all that fun jazz. Subscribe. Make
Shout
sure
out to
you...
Shitbag Hammocks.
Shitbag Hammocks is his fake company.
You can follow that on Instagram.
Make sure you follow...
Shitbag Hammock.
Make sure you follow the fake company on Instagram. You don't sell any fake items, do you?
I could.
Good. Hey, maybe hit him up.
Got some stickers.
Ask him for some stuff because it's a fake company. So
I'll sponsor you.
I'll
I'll fake sponsor you like I fake own this
you could get
company.
fake sponsored by a hammock company.
Yeah.
Tell your friends that. I ride for a hammock company. We get free hammocks, but they're fakes. So.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right, guys. Well, I guess that's it, and we're out.